Greetings, YouTube. Danny Staten here on the Daily Damn Blog, and I'm back. I'm back with another comic book review. Today I'm taking on Amethyst. God, I can't say that word. Amethyst number 1 from 1983. A very special comic book I want to dedicate to my flock is everywhere, Sarah. That's right. I'm dedicating this comic book to my girl, Sarah. For years and years, I've been seeing these comic book ads for Amethyst in comic books and always making a joke that, hey, that's my girl Sarah's favorite comic book. But apparently I had Methodist, and Mormon mixed up because I don't know a lot about religions. It's all the same to me. So when I thought she was a Methodist, but she's a Mormon, but a Methodist is a Sarah comic book. But I found out that it's not a Sarah comic book because of religion. It's a Sarah comic book because of boobies, and they're all full of boobies and well-drawn boobies. Yeah, that's right. This comic book has some of the most glorious art that a Dave Sunstorm will not call the good stuff, I am sure. So let's take a look at Amethyst from 1983, and hey, it's a number 1 issue. So you can't go wrong when you get in the start of the story. Wait a minute, maybe I should give you a little background real quick. Amethyst, she's from Gem World Comics of DC. What? Amethyst, Amy Winston, the magical princess of Gem World, who was hidden on Earth after the villain Dark Opal killed her parents, Lord and Lady Amethyst, and conquered her home. Raised as a human, she learned of her true heritage upon her 13th birthday, returning to Gem World to reclaim her kingdom and turning into a young adolescent woman. Oh, that sounds horrible. Not to be confused with other Gem queens like Gem and the Holograms. So let's just bust it open and see if Dave Sunstorm will think this is the good stuff or complete garbage. You know a comic book's old when you open the front cover and the first thing you see is some Atari commercials. Oh, gee whiz, it's an old comic book. Hey, Sarah, it's from 1983. It come out about the same time you did. Yeah, the very first issue has Wonder Woman making a cameo hanging on a poster in some little girl's bedroom. Amy Winston's in Dream World. That's right. It starts out with a 13-year-old girl having a dream about vampires, demons, and dogmen. Oh, this is going to be cool. I have to give excellent marks to the artwork in this comic book. It's 80s gold and it looks great. Kind of smells like an old comic book, too. Our comic book starts off with the creature from the Black Lagoon coming through a portal into Amy's house. Oh, my gracious, it's the Lizard Man. That's right, the Lizard Man's creeping through the house. The Lizard Man's bringing Amethyst, her magic amulet. That's right, she gets a magic amulet for her 13th birthday that will give her the power to travel back to her home dimension, wherever in the blue hell that is. You got to remember. Now remember, she was born on an alternate universe, a parallel world, a paradox of this place. She was sent here and raised as a human, but she is a goddess of gems, of rocks. She's the goddess of rocks. Rock queen. A Methodist who likes rocks. A Methodist who likes rocks. I'm not going to go there. Anyway, an ogre, that's right, an ogre out of nowhere. Open a closet door and an ogre appears and grabs your tiny little ass and says, hey girl, you're coming with me. Don't make me kill you right here. Oh yeah, he's threatening to kill people already. This is going to work out good, right? So this ugly ass, bald-headed, vampire ogre looking goof kind of looks like a twisted Vegas magician or something, drags her back through the portal. As she passes through the portal, she grows to enormous size in the other realm. She is a Methodist, now in the body of a teenage giant. Lizards are tripping. I'm sure there are much better things I could be reading at this current moment. What a unique place to throw in a commercial. Choo, choo, choo. That's right. It's a bubble yum Bubble Yum comic book commercial from 1983. I bet Dennis really appreciated this one. Hi, here's a commercial that drove your parents crazy. It's the first time in any of the comic books I picked up, I think, that I actually saw a Dungeons and Dragons TSR role-playing game commercial. It's a classic. I'm going to make it short and put it up on all my channels of this really cool comic book commercial. I feel so lucky today. Boobies! That's right, Sarah. It's nips for you and your snarky little friend. That's right. She's been drugged. She's been drugged into the nether world. I guess Beetlejuice might show up in a minute. She's been drugged before Black Opal. Some superhero, the day she gets her powers, captured, drugged before the bad guy. So in full panels, brought to you by that Daddy Dan blog, Amethyst will break bad. She's brought before Black Opal, who immediately orders her death and demise. Carry that bitch away. Hey, before we get to it, let's bust on that ass. That's right, they're going to do some nasty things to old Amethyst. Oh, they're talking crap, too. I ain't going to say it, but look what they're saying. Oh, my God, they're going to do nasty things to her. They're going to do mean things. Now, cooperate, girl, but it don't work out that way because she's got the power. She's got the power of the rock. She's got the power of the gem. Great balls of fire shoots forth from her rocks. What? Did I say that out loud? Great balls of fire shoot forth from her rocks, and it's true, it really did. The rocks of power. As the other guy begins to attack, then suddenly a laser beam shoots out the side. What? She's been saved by some tall alien-looking giant. Yeah, I knew the giant aliens would show up. Giant aliens always show up and ruin a good comic book as he smears the trolls and takes their battle axe. He bows his alien ass before Amethyst and says, your boobies are gold. I will worship your boobies forever. That's right, he's worshiping her damn boobies. I don't understand this. He says, come with me and I will take you to your mother. You are our queen to be. And she trusts him for some reason because I always trust giant bald-headed aliens who come out of nowhere. Jesus Christ, she swims off with him. And here's a commercial for the coolest diecast car ever built in history. Build your own collection of diecast model cars. They weigh a half pound. You could have had them for $8.99 in 1983. I guess you really had to be a NASCAR lover. I bet any little girl reading this book really wanted to order a NASCAR ride. So in very, very short, quick time, Amethyst is reunited with her long-lost mother, Mother Teresa, apparently. Oh, I missed you, my child. I've expected you so long. But before they can have a great reunion, giant dragons from the Dark Lord Opal has arrived to attack. They have been tracked. They have been followed. It didn't take them long to realize Princess was missing, so they sent dragon hunters out to find her. The dragon hunters don't last long with giant alien goof, and yeah, I'm not going to call him by his rock name, Mr. Emerald or whatever. I don't care. Anyway, Mother Mary says, my daughter, it is great to have you back. Come fly with me. Meanwhile, Black Opal arrives on the scene after they fly away to find his giant demon dog crackers dead. Hey, that reminds me of something I saw in a Predator movie. Didn't Predator have some dog crackers like that? Well, anyway, she's flying along with Mother Teresa back to the castle. Yeah, so once Mother Teresa gets Amethyst back to Castle Grayskull, she gets to present her before all the other members of the royal court, like Beastman and Skeletor and what the hell? And full panels brought to you by the Daddy Damn blog. I give you the boner of the week right here. We're going to get Amethyst stripped on down. We're going to give Amethyst a hot-ass bath. We're going to scrub that nasty hair, and we're going to dress her in her Amethyst costume. That's right. She becomes the goddess we all will come to know and love. I do not hate this comic book, honestly. I think the art in this comic book does something for me. I'm just not sure what. Oh, it's got something I just can't put my tongue on. So Amethyst is brought before Mother Teresa on the golden eagle throne of Castle Grayskull. Look, Lizard Man's still creeping around down there at the bottom. I don't trust that little green bastard. Anyway, Amethyst gets the story of her origin because it's issue number 1. You were born here in full panels. Brought to you by the Daily Damn blog. We get the incredibly cool origin of Amethyst. A Methodist. Take your time and read the script. A Methodist, universally loved in the golden age of peace and plenty. But the golden age of peace and plenty didn't last long, as Black Opal rose and created war, and a great war befell, and they were searching for Amethyst to kill her, and she had to be taken away and hid on Earth to be raised by humans till the time of her 13th birthday. She's upset because they sent her away. But before a Methodist can get too bent out of shape over being sent away to grow up somewhere else, the castle comes under attack from Opal and the dark forces of Sauron. That's right, they're coming for the ring of power. I meant that thing she wears around her neck. Quick, we must flee! And her and Mother Teresa head off, as is continued on the following page. And on the following page, I get a commercial for the upcoming adventures of Amethyst, Princess of the Gem World. An epic journey into magical adventure. A 12-part maxi-pad miniseries on sale February 3rd of 1983. As I look through the incredible first book, I figure I should take a break and do a shout-out. And away we go. A special shout out to Dave Sunstorm and his brother Steven Sunstorm. You know, the incredible good stuff guys here on YouTube. A special shout out to Eric McGill, the unapologetic geek, the guy that wrote that book right there. You can see me on his show every Sunday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern. A big shout out to Bigfoot Michigan Rob, the guy who wrote the True Cryptid Encounter books. A shout out to Brainbenders Banners. You can see me there on Saturday nights around 10 p.m. Eastern. As I join the panel, a shout out to the Golden Ranger TV right there, Pat McCormick. Be sure to check out Pat McCormick. I love his nostalgic look on things. Thrash Pondo Pons, my partner in crime. You can see us every other Sunday as we tackle movies, TV, music, and more. On our show, Thrash and Dan Save the World. On his channel, Thrash Pondo Pons, and on my Flock is Everworst channel. You can see us on there too because she is our producer and she joins us on the show. A special shout out to my Flock is Everworst Sara, who this comic book is dedicated to today. We love you, Sara. You're the best producer in history. With a shout out to her little cohort, Snarky, too, because we love the little snarky one. And another shout out to BK on the Air, Big Guys 45s, the Nostalgic Pop Last Chance, Retro Nerd Girl, and the Life and Sad Endings channel. I'm also a member of BLB, the Blue Line Bigfoot, with my friend Jake. And you can catch me on occasion Sasquatch once in a while with a big shout out to my number one friend in this world, Eric Wood. He's the Gypsy Road. And you can see him on his incredible new doing great channel called Hair Metal Revolution. Now, back to the story. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Now I say back to the story because I'm skipping this page of incredibly long reading crap that I don't plan on doing because I don't never want to read crap. So Castle Grayskull comes under attack by the evil forces of Black Opal and his dark knights and dogmen and ugly dogmen from England. Oh, God. A Methodist and her mom climbed to the top of Castle Grayskull to summon the power of the stone. Look, she looked like a Nordic alien from outer space. As they try to summon up the powers of Grayskull, Dark Opal uses his magic poof power, whatever the hell's coming out of his hand, a lightning bolt or something, as the demon army attacks, to knock her on her old ass as she falls to the ground. We get flashbacks of a dog in another world barking. That's right, somewhere in our realm of existence, a Amethyst, fake-ass mom and dad. Wonder if she's okay. They hear something upstairs. Will they investigate? Who the hell knows? As gargoyles, an army of darkness, appear to attack Amethyst and her mother. Black Opal's evil demons are afoot. What will we do? By the power of gay skull! Amethyst summons the power of the gay stone, that's right. And a big explosion, California style, occurs. And the bad guys are laid waste to, as the ogres and Black Opal flee for their life from the insanity that is Amethyst. And now, in honor of Chuck Norris, who passed this week, we will see the Karate Kung Fu Color Catalog. Be sure to check out Mouthblock is Everywhere channel, and you can see our tribute to Chuck Norris, where we talk about Chuck Norris and all of his movies. Remember this really cool ad from a comic book back in 1983? Grit was shit, but karate was cool. In full panels, brought to you by the Daily Dan blog. The Amethyst scream heard across time, and she is hailed once again as Amethyst, the hero of our time. She cries as the evil one manages to escape. I will be back. I am Black Opal. I will live again. Yes, Black Opal has escaped, Amethyst, but you have saved us all. The scream heard through space and time. You are the queen. This reminds me of a damn ISIS comic book, but look at them boobies. She looks good, right? Right, Sarah? Let me know in the comments below if you think Amethyst is cool. And, of course, that loud scream heard across time summons her mom and dad, who run and run and run and awake her. Bringing her out of her gym world psychedelic experience. You know, I think this bitch might have took too much acid back in the day. Anyway, somewhere on the other realm of sleep and gym world, Sauron is being cursed by Black Opal for his insignificant appearance in this comic book. And the Amethyst is awake, back in our reality. While Mom and Dad tuck their little baby in, once again her little gem grows. And through the power of unconscious suggestion, she can pop back into a Methodist world, gem world, the Castle Gay Skull Chronicles. To be continued in the next exciting comic book that I probably won't get. And then you could have had all this cool shit here if you sold this crap and whatever. Hey, a Star Wars commercial because it was 1983. You could have entered the Jedi Arena of Death. I had that. Yeah, I don't even know what in the blue hell this is. They're wasting the back cover with Lock and Chase. What? Looks like a brain bender's banner to me. Ah! So that's my look at Amethyst. For my girl Sara out in California, every time I've seen these comic book ads for years, I've made jokes about, hey, this is Sarah's favorite comic book and whatever. And so I thought I'd take on Sarah's favorite comic book this week and do Amethyst. Turns out it's pretty damn well-drawn. It's a very well-drawn comic book. It's one of the top best drawn comic books I've seen lately. Even though the story is a little dream world, I don't know, Wizard of Ozzy. Yeah, whatever. But I didn't particularly like the story, but I love the art in this comic book, and it's a surprise to me because I thought when I read Amethyst, it'd be like Breaking Bad about some crazy chick from California that got high on drugs all the time. I was totally wrong. So it's some kind of superhero something. It starts out with a Wonder Woman poster on the wall, right? So be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Let me know what you think about this crappy comic book review in the comments below, and I'll be back. I'll be back next week with another comic book review. Blog over, dudes.